Okay, so painting. You know how to paint. I'm not gonna teach you how to suck eggs. But just when I've said wet on wet, so when you're experimenting with different paint, when I've said wet on wet, you want your paintbrush and your paper to be nice and wet. You'll have to excuse my arm here. So, and then that just means that when you go back in, you get a different texture to if you dry brush. So that is, again, all we are doing here is just experimenting with different things and seeing what effects we get. So if I show you the dry brush, should have done that one first, shouldn't I? So if I've got a really dry brush, so I'm just drying it, to be honest, I'm drying it on my hand because I don't have any kitchen roll. So you can hear that that's a lot drier. I'm just gonna, because I've got quite a square brush, it gives you a completely different effect. And I am using watercolour, but it's pretty high quality watercolour, to be honest, because I'm a painter. So if you're using something like food colouring, you might not get the same level of colour as I am. But what you're after is the texture, okay? Then where it says salt, so all I'm after there is I'm going to put a bit of watercolour on there. Oh, I've put a bit too much on there, but that's all right. I'm just going to let that soak in for a tiny bit. So with the salt, what salt does is it kind of soaks up different bits. So I'm going to use tiny bits of salt, and you can see it already, it's taken out some of the colour, and it makes it kind of crush where, like, I don't know, what would you say? It makes the colour kind of concentrate on the salt, so the salt has sucked up that colour. So what I'm going to do is let that dry, and then I'll take a picture of it when it's dry and I've brushed off the salt. Okay, so fourth one is cling film. So I'm going to do a bit of yellow. I'm actually going to blend in a bit of orange here so it's a bit darker. Haven't got enough water on my brush there. And again, I need to let this dry in position, so that obviously takes a little bit longer. And all I'm going to do is just scrunch up some cling film. Oh, I need it smaller. So scrunch up some cling film and put it on. I'm trying, oh, I've smudged it. Okay, so I've scrunched up that cling film and put it on, and then again, I will take a picture and show you the final thing. But you get all these, all I'm trying to do with this is just get different textures. Okay, so now I don't have cardboard at the ready, so I've just got, someone sent me something in the post. So I've just got a piece of paper, scrunched it up, and then all I'm going to do is go into a colour I've already used and just put some of that colour on my cardboard. And then try, oof, need a bit more water on that. Try and get another interesting texture. So that's all I'm after, is these interesting textures and mark making. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it in my box just so that I've got that room. Oh, I quite like that. And then my final one, and I've no idea if this is going to work. So I've got this leaf from one of my, I really like houseplants, I'll show you them at the end of the video. And so I am just going to put paint over my leaf and see if that dries in an interesting way. Oh, it's going to be very pink. So I do not know whether this will work because I am experimenting. But again, that is what this is all about. It's all about experimentation, testing things out, seeing what makes an interesting texture. Okay, so like I said, I'd show you. So this is my house, many house plants. So I have just taken a dead one off and then stuck it on there, and I'm going to see if it dries in an interesting way. Okay, thanks for watching.